you go, Fidji. Hey everyone, I'm Joshua.
And I'm Caleb.
And we're brothers, but we're not twins. We're so excited today to talk to you guys. Have you seen this fancy shirt this guy's wearing? Look, it's our faces. I mean, literally an imprint of our face right there. Mine's on its way. They had to order a tarp from Sri Lanka because I need a 5XL. It's a really big shirt. He got the first prototype. Pretty excited.
Swag,
I know you're probably gonna want them one day
amazing.
too. We love all the questions that come in from you guys at home. We love the fact that this is a community. It's not just us going brah, brah, brah. Y'all are listening and you're asking questions too. And so today, we wanted to answer some of those questions that were coming in, yeah?
Yeah, why don't you go one?
In fact, I would like to answer the first question. This is from my really close friend, David in Phoenix. I hope you consider us close friends, because I do.
You don't know him, Josh.
I could know him if we got to know each other. He asks, you guys seem to have an answer for most things in life. Do you ever disagree with each other? Do we ever disagree? Let's see. Physical intimacy. He doesn't prefer it.
No.
I don't mind. Cilantro, delicious.
I hate it. Hate it.
Apple. What do you have over there, Caleb?
Android. We are so completely different. God made us different, but we agree on the things that matters, which is the Word of God. That's where we should agree.
Since we're always talking about the Word of God, it seems like we're on the same page with everything. You don't have to always agree with people and everything to be awesome.
That's true. Next question.
Oh, I got another one here. Hold on. Oh, yeah, this is my boy Stanley in Texas. This is actually a really good question. Not that yours wasn't, David. I enjoy watching you when I get the chance, but I'm a bit confused. You say that you're Jewish, which we are, and yet you believe in Jesus, which we do. Please explain this to me, thanks. Brother, do we believe in Jesus?
Isn't that the most Jewish thing for a Jew to do, to believe in their Jewish Messiah? Which is Yeshua, by the way. Jesus was in Greek. But the first Christians, the first believers in the first century, they were Jewish. The first church was a Jewish church. In fact, they had to call a special meeting in Jerusalem saying, hey, all these Gentiles are coming to faith. Should we accept them? Is that real? Can Gentiles actually become believers in Yeshua? The answer was yes, but it just shows that it's important for us to accept our heritage of who we are. Scripturally, it's important. In Romans 9:30, Paul explains that the Gentiles who did not pursue righteousness have attained to righteousness, even the righteousness of faith. But Israel, pursuing the law of righteousness, has not attained to righteousness. Why? Because they did not seek it by faith. They were seeking it by the works of the law. It was like a stumbling stone to them. And this is kind of difficult that corporately our people as a nation did not receive Yeshua. There are several who did, but as a grouping,
it was a mystifying idea, right? They wanted to earn their salvation, in effect. With the law, you had a guarantee. Yeah. If I do this, I get this. Now, the idea that you have this free gift given to you was kind of mind-boggling, because everything up to that point they'd been able to earn.
And they were looking for a warrior, someone to come in and defeat the Romans, and that didn't happen. So Paul said, okay, since the Jews rejected Jesus, does that mean God has rejected his chosen people?
One of my second favorite verses in the Bible, Romans 11:1, certainly not.
No, but he says, have they stumbled that they should fall? Certainly not. But through their fall, to provoke them to jealousy, salvation has come to the Gentiles. Now, if their fall is riches for the world, how much more their fullness? Verse 15, for if they're being cast away is the reconciling of the world, what will their acceptance be but life from the dead? That's powerful.
The Jewish people were meant to accept Yeshua. It's just what was intended from the very beginning. And we have such a different mindset today because it seems to have been the inverse throughout time. People just think if you're Jewish, you can't accept Yeshua as your Messiah. But that's exactly opposite.
But don't worry, Paul says in the end, corporately, all of Israel will be saved.
And that's straight up from the Bible.
That's right. Which brings us to our next question, I think.
I do think we have another question.
The last
Catherine, thank you for joining this group of men and asking a question. How do I witness to my Jewish friends the same as non-Jewish friends? Question mark.
Ooh,
that's a fantastic question. It's a really, really in-depth, technical, crazy.
I know.
Same way.
Explain this.
Same way. Jesus, Yeshua, loves everyone. The love of Yeshua is what draws men to salvation.
That's true. Now, you can be sensitive to Jews, understanding that they have been suffering persecution from so-called Christians throughout the centuries. They kind of have a negative outlook on Christianity. You can teach them and witness to them from the Jewish perspective, like you've heard on Zola Levitt Presents. And you can explain to them that their Messiah is Yeshua. He's Jewish, in that the entire New Testament was written by Jews. In fact, that's your manual to witness. It's a Jewish manual, the whole New Testament. how to witness to Jews. But ultimately, it's really simple. You have to accept and understand like a little child, Yeshua says, if you want to enter the kingdom of heaven.
And that's Matthew 18:3. And another verse here that I love, which is John 13:35. By this, everyone will know you're my disciples if you love one another. It is the love of Yeshua. We can't say that enough, because the gospel of salvation was never meant to be complex. It was meant to be simple. It was meant to draw every man unto him, every man and woman, every child, every old person, everybody into him. He doesn't want anybody to perish. And so when your life reflects that love, it's going to draw men in. And it's unfortunate. It didn't just happen with the Jewish people, but throughout history, people have been presenting themselves on behalf of Christianity or on behalf of somebody else, and they've been doing a bad example. So for you, the best thing you can do today is to live your life on behalf of Yeshua in the way that the Bible presents his love. And when people see that, it'll bring the inquiry out without you even having some time to present it.
It'll tear down any barrier, whether racial or religious. Doesn't matter if they're Hindu, Muslim, Jew. You love them. They're going to know there's something different about you. They're going to know that you are disciples of Yeshua.
Guys, we love answering your questions. We want you to keep submitting more questions. Go on Facebook, watch us on YouTube, find a way to ask, and we'll find a way to answer. I've offended Fidji today. I've spun him 3 different times. He's tired. He's a little bit geriatric. That's okay. He's here for us. Guys, join us on our next episode.
See you next time.